happy full moon in Aquarius that's going to be happening on Wednesday, July the 29th, for us individually and collectively. And I decided to come down to the pathway that I've come to last time before, a couple times back. And so anyway, so I'm going to talk about this, but let me just say what I usually do beforehand. I usually ask for help, for guidance. And like I say, there's different ways that I do it, but I'm going to say, please Lord, please God, help me deliver the message that needs to come through. I can't do it alone. I need your help, my loves. I need your help. Help me, guide me. I can't do it by myself. And so, anyway, so I'm going to talk about, like I say, there's a full moon that's going to be happening in Aquarius on Wednesday, July the 29th. Then we also have, so we have a lot of stuff happening in the heavens, a lot of stuff happening for us individually and collectively. And whether or not you know yourself to be a certain sign, I've said this before, but just in case, it pertains to all of us, because somewhere in your birth chart, you have that sign. We have the entire zodiac in our birth chart, all of us. And so anyway, the Aquarius symbol, it's like, kind of like similar to this. That's why I decided to wear this. It's like, it's air sign, but it's a water bear. It's like the person holding the pitcher of water, pouring the water, right? So it's looks kind of like a water waves, or it's ruled by Uranus, which the symbol looks like a lightning bolt, or it's in charge of technology and the future. And so I've got notes here I want to say. So it's the awakener. They like to shake things up, change, changes, make space for new things. And so it's also connected deeply with astrology. And so it's the house of friends, communities, groups, social networks, social media platforms. The 11th house is what the Aquarius is associated with in the birth chart. They're connected with the 11th house, which describes what we seek to live by and achieve. It's connected with our hopes and our dreams. And that house shows the groups that we're related to, and how we can make a difference within them. Like I say, community. And our associations that we're involved with. And it's also connected with humanitarian causes. Volunteer work, and any efforts to correct social injustice. And so I wanted to say that. And let me see. So the 11th house also describes our capacity for happiness. And so that's going to be happening, like I say, Wednesday the 29th of July. And so, let's see. What else? We got a lot of stuff happening as usual. August, I'm just going to give you a little bit of that. So in August, we're going to be having a new moon in Leo on Wednesday, August the 12th. Yeah. And on the same day as that, we're going to have a total solar eclipse. Okay, on the same day. So eclipses are very intense, and it forces us to take action. And then, so we're going to have that. And then at the end, they give you a little bit of stuff to look forward to. At the end of the month of August, we're going to have a full moon in Pisces. And then have on the August the 28th, and on that same day, it's a partial lunar eclipse. So we're going to have 2 eclipses in August. So we got a lot of opportunities for growth, for change, for action, transformation. Okay? And so like I say, we need to use these opportunities. So Mother Earth, our world, cosmos, whatever you want to say, heavenly realm, that's here now, here all the time, wants us to come together, as I've said. And so the technology that we have, like I say, Aquarius is in charge of technology in the future, electricity, okay? So the technology that we have, all this future, like I say, stuff that internet, social media, all that stuff. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. All those things, yes, is very beneficial. It has a lot of, what am I trying to say? It's very helpful. It can in ways, in the beginning, it showed us how connected we really are and how each thing affects us. But at the same time, we can't let the technology consume us so that we close ourselves off from the rest of the world and from each other. Alienating ourselves is what I'm trying to say. Because we need still to have interaction with each other. More than ever. And we need to not only be kind to ourselves, but be kind to each other. And whatever we do to ourselves, and each other, even our thoughts, are very important and significant. And it shapes the realities that we see, the realities that we live in, the realities that we deal with on a day-to-day, collectively. And our nature, what am I trying to say? Is a part of it. Feels everything that we do internally is a reflection on the outside as well. I don't know if this is making sense. I know I've said this before. So we are spiritual beings having a human experience. The planets, the sun, the moon, and all the planets that's outside of us, it's also within us. It's our energies. okay? And like I say, so anyway, sorry for the distraction, sorry for the noise that's going on. So something else I want to talk about. So, like I say, that's one point I wanted to make, and another thing I wanted to address. And these are all things that I feel that I need to address to give a different perspective. So maybe you try to be helpful so that, it's just something to think about. So I went shopping the other day, looking for a shirt, as an example. So I went to Five Below, but it's a department store. And it's not the only one, okay? Because this happens a lot, but I'm just giving an example. So there's like all these t-shirts. I don't even know. Say there's like 40 some t-shirts. I'm not even sure. I found 2 t-shirts that I was interested in. Okay? A lot of them were beautiful and I was interested in it until I started reading the words, the messages that were on the t-shirts. And everything was negative. 2 t-shirts were positive. All the t-shirts were negative. Majority of them were negative. Had negative meanings and messages to make me like I'm talking bad to myself, or I'm giving a negative message to the people outside of me. And we really, really need to be mindful of that kind of stuff, to watch that kind of stuff, and to change our thinking with things. And because it is extremely important. It's like spells, okay? That's the word. Spelling is from the word spells. It's all connected. And so even though you may think it's harmless, even though, like I say, there was a couple people that were other people that were checking the shirts out next to me, and they thought it was hilarious. And they picked up a lot of the shirts to take home, to wear, to cut up, and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. But really, it made me feel a type of way. It didn't make me feel good, seeing that they thought it was good to make fun of themselves like that. Because in reality, as I'm saying, your spirit, your soul, your higher self, your inner child, the heavenly being that you are, feels all these things that you're thinking, all these things that you're connecting with and you're putting on, like as in whatever you're wearing, whatever you're thinking, whatever thing you're projecting is the word I'm looking for, projecting towards yourself or to others, is highly, highly significant and impactful. And if you don't, and if I don't, if we don't change our thinking and our behavior, it shapes our realities. It shapes the lessons that we live through day to day, what lessons we need to learn, what karmic patterns we need to break from. All these things are interrelated. And it also changes our external world and how it feels, the impressions that it gets. So anyway, we need to pay attention to what energies we're attracting, what we're connecting with, on a personal level, and on a day-to-day, everyday situation. Either we're going to attract positive energy and positive light, or negative energy and negative forces. It's what we attract with the way we behave and the way we treat one another. And so it's not okay to keep continuing being a type of way. And we're being shown, we're giving opportunities. And yes, there's forces out there that thrive on making you feel a type of way. But it's up to us what we allow in our internal world. Will we allow what we're going to engage in? Are we going to allow certain things? Are we going to be a part of certain things? Or are we going to say no more? That's not who I am. That's not what type of energy I want to be associated with. That doesn't make me feel good, and that doesn't make the other person feel good. That kind of thing. We need to change. And we are being shown all these things going on. We're a product of our environment. And like I say, we're not separated from it. So if we want to see a better world, a more peaceful earth, a beautiful earth, then we need to change our internal landscape. The internal landscape, we have an internal landscape and an external landscape. This is also a part of us. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm sorry if I'm going off on a tangent, but we are getting serious wake-up calls, my loves. And anyway, I hope I am getting through. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm speaking from my heart. And I know I'm being guided and asked to say certain things because I have gone through experiences, and I know that you and I are much more than what we're being shown and told to believe. So yes, it doesn't happen when we pass on. What's gone in the past and what's happening now and in the future, it's all connected, my loves. All of it is connected. We are total consciousness. What happens here, what happens in another country, what happens in another family, there's no separation between us. We breathe the same air. Everything. We are unified through the love in our hearts. Anyway, my loves, I'm sending you my love. Happy full moon in Aquarius. And you're always in my heart. I love you. Thank you, my God, for shining your light on me. I love you. Thank you, my God. Thank you, my loves, for always being with me. Blessed be.